Hi, and welcome back to Space Engineers. In this episode, we're going to start trying to build a silver mine, which will be challenging as it's about 500 meters below the ground. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to do a quick overview of some changes that have been made since the last couple episodes. But after that, we're going to get right into it. So as always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy. I rerouted this refinery from being routed in series to being routed in parallel so that it had a little bit better operation. For whatever reason, if you have one refinery that's daisy chained to the next, it seems to slow it down a lot. I thought at first it was power, but I built that second wind tower and it still seemed like it needed, it had a problem, and so I just tried routing it with a second conveyor, its own conveyor, and it took care of the problem. So it could be coincidence, but I'm going to assume that it means that they work better in parallel and not in series, which kind of makes sense. So this giant pit of despair is done. You can fall down here and continue falling, continue falling. Continue falling. Somewhere. Oh, there's a drill head. Ugh. Alright. So, there's a staircase now that you can take to get from the top base to the bottom base when you don't have hydrogen bottles. Oh, man. It's been a while since I propelled myself into a drill head via jetpack. It's not the first time. Probably won't be the last time. Alright, come over here. Grab a bottle. Go rescue my body. So we're gonna come in here. We're gonna be a little bit more cautious this time. Body location's pretty far away. Of course it fell. Avoid the drill head. Let me out. Of course, all the way to the bottom of the abyss. We're still going down the hole. Hey, my body. Yay. And just take all of this stuff. Alright, so welcome to the bowels of the Earth-like planet. We are about 1.3 kilometers down. And I turned the ore detector off, but right about here-ish, there's uranium. And right about here-ish, there is gold. And there will be some mines that are created. I'm thinking about just kind of building a tertiary base underneath another layer of the subterranean base, and then having a connector, and then either bringing those pistons down or bringing down the conveyor tubes possibly, and then just having one piston to, oh my god, I almost did it again, to connect it. And that way I can just have ore in storage containers, and it will it'll allow me to use the refineries up here on the top layer to actually refine the ore. So this episode is another mining episode. However, it's not another drill head episode. So, surprise! I've decided I am going to make this into a medical room, so I need silver for the med centers. Also, I think cryopods, I think they need silver. Yeah, because they need medical components. So I definitely need silver. There's silver in this hill way over here. And we're going to get to it. Again, this craziness was some trigonometry, and I'll explain it at the end of the video if you care to know, but for anybody who doesn't care to know, I won't bore you with it now. But, I mean, I thought it was interesting. I'm just kind of bummed that there's not a good way to drill at an angle for how it needs to be done. So, if you want to know more, hang out till the end, and I'll talk about it then. So how we're going to get to it, though, is we're going to quick save again. We're also going to take a look at what all we have in our inventory. We need to... Oops, I didn't want to do F, I wanted I. We're going to put these space credits in there, because I have no use for them right now. We're going to come here, we're going to put all of that stuff back. We're going to put the stuff I got from dying back. And we're going to get, like, I don't know, maybe 500. 500 steel plates. And I think I'd also like to get a bunch of construction components. So my plan... What is my plan here? My plan is to refill these bottles. And I only need... Yeah, I'll take that many. My plan is to come down here, and I'm going to layer steel blocks down the side of this tunnel. And I'm going to do that so I have power down there. Do I want this all to just be one? What tunnel will this be? I don't necessarily need power down there yet. But it definitely won't hurt. Let's see, 438. 438 divided by 2.5. That's 176. I mean, it's 175.2, but obviously if it's 2, you need one more block. So it's 176 blocks to place. Let's leave it alone for now. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to start working on getting the... Oh, I've lost which way is forward. The cargo truck is that direction. It should be that direction, I think. Oh, you know what? I do want to go down from the top. I do want to come down from the top because I want to make sure that my local grid, I want to make sure it's aligned. And I don't know what the grid boundaries are. Oh god, not that color. Let's do orange. Battered orange. Not that it's gonna be visible. But in case it was visible, it would be battered orange. There's still so much iron. You know what? If we're going to do this way, if I'm already going down 430, I should just suck it up. Use the conveyor tube. There's like not a good one. Can I run a parallel? Can I run it in parallel? Not really. Alright, I don't know. I'll figure it out later for the conveyor tube. For now, I'm just going to lay 176 of these. Totally reasonable thing to do. It's not a colossal waste of time at all. I might be halfway, maybe, hopefully, probably not. I can dream. Oh god. I don't trust it. If it explodes, I'm dead. There's nowhere for the gas to go. I'm just down in a giant gun bore. I've built a cannon. Cannon fueled by clang rage. I've actually died in this mine shaft probably 10 times. Counting the one today. Go! Stop doing that's terrifying. The worst part is it sounds like the Steam Centurions in Skyrim. And so like it just makes the noise and you just think you're gonna die. And then you realize, oh, it's just space engineers. And then you realize it's a piston and you're just gonna die. And it's like 2:45 in the morning and I'm wearing headphones. And all I can hear is like thunk, thunk, and then giant steam piston noise, and it's just horrifying. This game's not supposed to have jump scares, but apparently it does. Oh no, I'm past it. Alright, well I got there. I mean, I guess I have the same issue with this as I do with the lower mine, which is I'm going to need to get the stuff up from this mine anyway. So I probably will, I'll just run a conveyor all the way down. Block by block, a kilometer at a time. Oh my god. Anyway, so here's how this is gonna work. I'm going to come here. And I'm gonna drill a really big hole. Like a really big hole. By hand. Until I have enough room to build a car. And then I'm gonna build a car. And then the car is going to build an even bigger hole. And it's also going to lay horizontal block. Making the ramp would just be a colossal pain in the ass. So if I do it like this, I should be able to build the ramp, or not the ramp, I'm sorry, build the road flat, and I think it'll be possible. I guess I don't want these to be the yellow brick road, so we'll go to the gray color again. But yeah, I mean, it's basically going to be a huge underground road. Because this game shouldn't have been called Space Engineers. It should have been called Mineshaft Engineers. I'll petition for the change. It'll be a hotfix. Anyway, so I'm just going to spend my next week and a half real time grinding out a big cavern. So I'll see you then. All right, well, welcome. All right, well, welcome back to the cavern that I've mined out. I've added some lights and this big spotlight. Control station, I think this might have been here before, so I can recharge down here, and then a storage container that I brought some materials down, and also I've started dismantling the 88 piston drill, and I've just been storing them in this container, so I have those materials down here. So what the plan is I've got a projector that is projecting a 5 block by, it's like 1 point, I don't know, 3 kilometers long or something, road. And that silver, going back to the triangle thing again, the hypotenuse of the triangle between where I am now and where that silver GPS marker is 1.19 kilometers, which means the distance between me and the silver is less than that. And the road is longer than this, so we should be fine. An interesting thing to note is, going this far, the curvature of the space engineer planet might actually come into play, and we actually might end up making a road that doesn't go deep enough. But I mean, it's only a kilometer, so it probably won't be more than like 10 or 20 meters, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I can adjust if needed. So what we're going to do now is start building a mining rover, a small grid mining rover. And what I think I want to do is try to get it like here, I think, for the front, because I want it to be kind of long. I want it to be kind of long. Do I actually have to finish that? I guess not. Let me think here for a second. I have the landing gear, and then where do I want things? I might end up moving this. I'll explain the idea, and then I'll get it built, and then I'll come back, because I'm not sure how I'm going to lay this thing out yet. Basically, though, there's going to be kind of like if this was the wheel, the front wheel. In front of the wheel, there'll be downward-facing welders, and they will weld this road as we're mining forward. And then in front of the welders is going to be drills. So the drills will open up the rock, and then as we drive through the rock, the welders will weld the road, which then obviously the tires will drive over. And because we have a road, I don't have to worry about the rover nosediving as it drives down the cavern that the drills are making. I also don't have to worry about trying to use like hinges or rotors or something to angle the drills to get it so that it like cancels out the weird shape of the drilling cavern. So let me get this laid out, and I will explain what I've come up with here in a little bit. See you soon. And we're back. So under the light, it ends up looking kind of pink, but you know, whatever, it's fine. This is the gigantic miner road layer that I have built. And essentially what it does is it uses these small drills, which apparently drill a large enough hole that I looked at. I was kind of worried about how tall this was getting in the front, but it drills a big enough hole that goes perfectly over it, and then my drills in the back can take care of the rest. And it's got 7 welders across the front to easily weld the 5 large block road as it goes forward. I will want to give it some headlights, and I want to change excuse me, I want to change this. I want these to come this way and then go in, so I can see through right here, because right now that's how I can look and it's right in the way. But to give you an idea of how it works, actually first let's check our inventory. Alright, I've got a few blocks left. So we'll save in case I run it off the end. I'll be really sad if I do. So right click drill and go forward. And it looks like, okay, there, I see one that didn't finish. Yeah, this guy didn't finish. We're out of plates now. But that's all it is. That's all there is to it. You just set the speed really slow. Right now it's at 2 kilometers an hour. I might slow it down a little bit more. I want to get to a speed where the drills drill nicely and the roads weld quickly, and I can just hold it down and go. The part that's going to suck is loading it with steel plate, and I don't really have a good way of getting steel plate down here yet. I might build like a helicopter type dealy little flying thing, although this is a really narrow passage. So I'm not, oh geez. So I'm not really, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to keep this thing loaded with steel plate. The other problem I have is the battery. The battery is going to be very easily killed. I need to start making just a ton of steel plate. So 1, 2, let's see. I need like 62, so let's just go to like 65,000. But I think what I might do now is actually get that conveyor going down so I can easily keep this thing outfitted with steel plates, because jetpacking up and down is going to be awful. But now that I've got some more, I'll show how this thing works. So parking brake off, drill on, and this is just the W key held down. But yeah, we just sit here and I think I'm out of steel plate. Yeah, you can just see it not finish. All right, so this is the tunnel it creates. So this is the, up until this block right here, this was the hand drilled tunnel I made. And then this is the tunnel that the road layer is making. Because this is a very serviceable tunnel. You could fly through this. You could build, I think you can build like a large refinery in here. Whoops, go back HUD. I think maybe. It might be slightly too tall. What if I've got an armor block in here? I can just rob one. So how tall is this? Oh my god, I think it's exactly 1 tall. Alright, so it makes a tunnel 1 large refinery tall. I've got a long road ahead of me. It had to be done, I'm sorry. And so this is the current road laying process. Anything in the white was something I added after the fact. By splitting the frame like this, I can actually see what I'm doing, where I'm going, so that's pretty useful. Trying to keep the built blocks as perpendicular as possible, that means I'm going straight. I haven't figured out how I want to refill it yet. It only holds as much as a large grid small cargo container in the ship large grid container. So I'm thinking about making a little truck that will ferry the steel plate back and forth. Well, not back and forth, just over to this guy. Because I don't want to have to reverse this thing and then drive down again. Just too long. Too sketchy to drive. It works well, but I feel like it's going to break down at any moment, like true mining equipment. Looks like we are out of plates. So I don't really want to back this up, because I don't think it'll go very straight. I think it'll be a giant pain. So I think what I'm going to do is just build a little... Is more iron down here? Wow. Is just build a little truck thing. Yeah, I've determined that that was a lie. All components were not successfully withdrawn. Actually, what we should do is... Oh, good, that's 64. I thought I was almost out of hydrogen. Get some construction components, and let's do a... light in the back. And also, let's paint this guy. Let's do green. All right, that's not bad. Please lock. Excellent. Hardly lined up, still counts. And let's very slowly start heading over to the miner. Now, one thing I don't know is how well will this thing turn around with 6 wheels. But we're gonna find out, I guess. This is gonna be a long drive. Alright, so let's try to... do this as efficiently as possible. I feel like I could probably put a tire off the edge on the back. Oh god, don't. Oh my god, that was close. But I don't want to find out. Alright, this isn't that bad. The real question is it all just gonna go to explode? Slash, can I even... oh god, too fast. Can I even reach? Ooh, it's gonna be close. Oh my god. Oh, I lucked out. We're gonna take a screenshot of that. That's funny. Alright, why did everything light up like that when I connected? That's super weird. Alright, let's put this into... put this into here. Oh, I can't, it's in the drill. large cargo container, large cargo container. Where's my other cargo container? Ah, here it is. All right. So that is... it's all in the back. Oh my god. We can do sweet wheelies. Brap. Oh yeah, I can't steer with the front in the air. Alright, park this guy. And hop out of here. For this guy now. I like the little cargo truck. That was a good one. Hop back in here. Start the drill. Get into a menu. And continue paving away. Alright, so we're out again. And refill it again. Oh, it worked before. All right, there we go. Now you are empty. Alright, well, I found out that, as expected, I'm too far to the... what direction is that? I don't even know anymore. Too far to the south. So what I've done is I've gone tunneling with the hand drill, found where I need to go, and I'm now going to attempt to turn this thing 90 degrees, which I'm not seeing, not feeling warm fuzzies about this. But I'm gonna try. That's all still alive. Ooh, I'm stuck. Why am I stuck? Okay, that's a good reason to be stuck. You know what? How about we stop doing this the dumb way? Well, I mean, it's still going to be a dumb way, but we'll actually be able to see how terrible our life choices are. All right. It looks like we're very slowly starting to make the corner. I wonder why local grid doesn't actually local grid to the structure. That's super strange. I think I'm doing it. It's definitely tight. It's definitely tight, but I think we're going. I think we're getting it done. Just gotta take this corner. Get this thing back in the center again. That wasn't honestly nearly as bad as I was expecting. All right, we've arrived. That's the silver. Okay, that's actually stone. That's still stone. That's the silver. There it is. Third try. Third time's the charm. So now that we've done this, I'll have to figure out how I actually want to mine it. Whether I build a drill or if I make a sloped ramp by hand and use a vehicle. I'm not really sure yet. But the underground tunneler worked. Alright, and we're going to call this one an episode now that we've reached the silver. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and leave a comment if you'd like. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. So, now, this crazy thing. What is this? This is the start of our silver mine. So there's silver in this hill. If you look down here, there it is, silver, 505 meters. Also gold a kilometer, but I already have gold in the other hole, so it's fine. So what I did was I stuck this tower in the turbine up here, so it's easier to see. And I thought I might put a beacon or an antenna on this tower. I haven't done it yet. I don't know if I will anymore. But I made a GPS marker right here. And then I did some trig. And where'd my notepad go? Here it is. I did some trig. And I wanted to test, like, how far out would I have to go? Let's stand on this so I don't just waste hydrogen. How far out would I have to go if I wanted to try to tunnel down, like bore a tunnel at 15 degree slope, a 30 degree slope, and a 45 degree slope. I don't want to go any steeper than 45 degrees. And at 15 degrees, you have to go 1,866 meters away. At 30, you only need to go 866 meters, and at 45, obviously 500 meters. I just use 500, even though it says 505, I just use 500, it'll be fine. So then I was like, all right, well, what's halfway between 30 and 45, 37 and a half, and then that is 60 or 652 meters. So I said, okay, well, that seems reasonable. So I placed all of these blocks one by one, manually, 652 meters away from that. So actually it's 650, no, there's 652. 653, I think it's like 653 and a half and you fall off, yeah. So, I mean, close enough. So, I did that. And then this would be the, if you remember your trigonometry, this is one leg of a right triangle. The tunnel itself would be the hypotenuse. So I came down here and I found out that this guy is basically 74 meters lower on the short leg of the triangle. So I then calculated another triangle that would like fit into the smaller triangle. I probably lost half of you guys and I'm sorry, but I feel I spent a lot of time doing this, so I'm gonna explain it. You can just skip ahead if you'd like. So I then calculated the distance from here to here, which is basically the distance that you would run down the hypotenuse of the triangle where you would start the tunnel as this is ground level. Because obviously I'm not going to start a tunnel up in the air, 74 meters above ground. So this ends up being 96.5 meters away from that, and then I would have to bore my tunnel from here. And I mean, you could do it. This is not 30 degrees. This is 26.5 degrees. And that would be far easier to use, but it would require a lot of tunnel. I'd have to start further back because it's a shallower angle, and I kind of decided that this is probably not a great way of doing this because I would have to either have a rover that laid like these blocks, these 26.5 degree angle blocks, and welded them. So like the drills would drill and then it would be with a projector laying these blocks in front of it, and then it would be welding those with welders on the rover, and I had to be constantly stocking it with steel plate. It would have to weld the blocks fully. You couldn't just have them be framework. It's doable, but it would be a lot of work. So instead, what I think I might do is actually use my other tunnel that I already have. So I made this ridiculous steel framework to figure out how far above the ground my current base already is. So I ran it all the way out here. And I'm sorry, not above ground. How much below this 500 it was. Which turns out it's 62 meters below. And there's a step down because it starts on top of this frame. So that accounts for that 2.5 meters. So if we come all the way over here, oh my god, I almost hit the truck. I would have died. So if we come all the way over here, if that silver was 500 meters above the, or I'm sorry, if that silver was 500 meters below that point on the hill, which we ran that initial framework out, and then the base floor is 62 meters below that, the difference between 500 and 62 is only 438. Well, this pit of despair goes down 1 kilometer, goes down 1.3 kilometers. I could just start here, point in the right direction, and mine from at like the right level, which we can set up by coming up here. And I'm just gonna come right here, and I'm gonna make a GPS marker, and there'll be a little bit of trig error, but again, it's gonna be fine. I mean, I'm making a mine, so if I'm 10 meters off, I can just mine it out, it'll be okay. And I'm gonna call this, I don't even know what this base is called. Tunnel base? Tunnel floor? Drill star? Oh, drill. Or a shaft. Shaft mouth. Mouth of shaft. Shaft mouth. Sounds dirty. Shaft opening. Shaft opening. Alright, so now all you have to do is just fall down the pit of doom. For about 0.5 kilometer without hitting the pistons. Oh no, shaft opening disappeared. Hold on, let's clear this up some. We don't need that, we don't need that. And also, no, don't show it, don't show it. Those can go away as well. There we go. And I really want this ore detector to be turned off because it's getting in the way as well. Ore detector off. Shaft opening. Alright, so 438 meters down is right here. So this is the silver depth from base mine shaft. And I'm going to stick a block in here. Ah, no, it's too far for local grid. Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe it's fine. I mean, that looks fine. Don't clang, don't clang. Alright, yeah, so that appears to be fine. I don't know if that actually is or not, but I mean, that's a good visual representation of where it is. So yeah, I mean, we can just do that now and go horizontally from there, already starting 438 meters below the opening of the tunnel. And I think that's what we're going to do. Because if we were to use any of this method, it wouldn't work very well. So I'm thinking we're going to use the mine shaft.